Hello, everyone. Welcome to another show of the Bobbi Jo and Sheena show. Two
Hello, hello,
friends,
hello.
two colleagues out there in the world just trying to make a difference one thought at a time. We are mindset coaches with the Proctor Gallagher Institute, and we are here to help you think better. Let's think about thinking. Thinking into results. It's a program that we coach. Whoop, there we go. And we've been doing this all for the last couple of weeks. So today we are on lesson 10.
I
Take it
love
away,
that
Sheena.
it's fallen apart. That's testament to the fact that it's been read and underlined and read and underlined and read and underlined. And mine's fallen, but fallen apart second time round as well. So yeah, it certainly wasn't something that, is this a 6 month course? Hmm. Yeah, we show you the basics of the 6 months, but then you spend the rest of your life trying to figure out trying to
Yes.
live it.
It's like, do you do yoga just for 6 months? No, it's a part of your life. And so isn't this. And getting up and just studying you every day, just a little bit of knowledge, and then maybe tapping back in at lunchtime or listen to a podcast on the way home. But know this too, never seek outside of yourself because we have all the information within. I think I have a lot of friends who put their they're looking for a guru or a teacher or looking for this outside for someone else to heal them when we really do at 99.9% energy as human beings. We really do have the power ourselves to do it, but we're just not thought to think this way. So lesson 10. Lesson 10 is the most valuable person. And who is that? You. Want to
I think
start?
that's it. I love what Bob Proctor used to say. He used to have write MMFI on everybody's forehead. Everybody you see the MMFI on their forehead. And what does that mean? Make me feel. Oh, hang on. It, what's make me? I've forgotten what it is now. I've been saying it. Important. Oh my goodness. I have said it so many times, and all of a sudden I just went, what's the I stand for? So make me feel important. And I mean,
Hmm.
do we do that with people, or are we walking around with a whole set of judgments on our head? Because if we do that, then we can sometimes feel, they're talking about me, but were you talking about them in the first place? It's kind of a funny thing. So I love that MFI, but I mean, Bobbi Jo and I have both learned that we can't make other people feel important if we haven't been made to feel important ourselves by ourselves. Like that is so, so crucial. So even though I would be talking to my clients about making others feel important, it actually is so much easier. Like I had one client said actually, Bobbi Jo, about kindness and compassion. She didn't know how to be. And I said to her, do you know kindness and compassion to yourself? And she said, no.
Ah,
And I says, well, you see, that's when you learn it for yourself, to yourself, then it overflows. I mean, it's just so obvious what to do to somebody else. Because I was the same, trying to be awkwardly kind felt like a bit weird, but I was never kind and compassionate to myself, would I say. So, yeah. So that make me feel important. Actually, stick it on your own forehead and look in the mirror, and that's the first thing to do to yourself. Make me feel important.
and that is so true. I think about how much I used to beat myself up, and I've said it before last week. I think one of my best friends said, "You're like an abused dog in a former life." And I never really realized it, how much just in conversation you would see it, that you're never good enough. Oh, I'm not this, I'm not that. It's so crazy the programming in our brain from how we grew up, and people would tell us that, and we believed it. So, it says here by Larry Wilson, a leader is a person who has people following them because they want to. Then it goes on by somebody else to say the one secret in leading people is to generate an atmosphere in which others feel at ease and appreciated. You have people follow you because you make them rise. You're pulling out their qualities. You're making them feel good about them. Not that, oh, I'm great, follow me. It's not. It's almost a reflection, and you're making the others feel good and making them rise. What do you say about that?
I was just moving my computer because Wolfgang's come in to do his lunch. I sort of
I
went
will say.
off kilter there. Isn't it
And
good?
then I love this. It's okay. Say
We
hi
are
to the world.
actually live. I just thought
We're
I'd
actually
tell
live. Say hi to the world.
you.
And I love this, that an effective leader does not have an ego problem. They do not compete. They create. I've said that a few times. That there's enough air in the world. There's enough love in the world. And this is a weird way. And people think, no, there's not enough money. And it isn't interesting that, 1% of the population makes 97% of the money or something like that, at least 90. Okay, we won't exaggerate people. We'll say 1% of the population makes 90% of the money. So there is enough money out there, but your conditioning, you heard it in yourself when I first said it. No, there's not. So that's your conditioning, that's your program. So how are you going to vibrate if you really don't have a belief that there's enough out there?
Mhm.
So there's a lot of, you have to go deep into the beliefs in every area of your life, that awareness of every thought that you're having. And this is where the work comes in. And we're not in a race here. This is for the rest of your life, right? You just get a little bit better every day.
And it's just like, I mean, what's this all got to do with sort of like results? Because this is thinking into results, and you're just like, well, how being kind to other people is actually going to get me results. I mean, first of all, let's stop the getting the results. If you stop getting, maybe and realize that you actually already have, and that's the vibration we're looking for here. But what this whole thing is about appreciation of self and acceptance of self. And so when you cannot grow from somewhere else, you can only grow from where you are. So bloom where you stand. Now, when
Hmm.
you can do that, then that's where you grow. But if you try to squeeze something out of something that's not ready, so like say like trying to get a butterfly out of the cocoon before it's ready to done everything in itself, you're trying to make things happen too fast. So this is all about appreciation and acceptance of self and acknowledgement of self. I mean, something I never did. And I would say that probably most people don't do. So that's what this is all about. And you can bloom where you stand. Then you see you're in a whole different vibration. And then that's when the thoughts come in from that different vibration. What is your state of mind? What is that state? So if you're making yourself feel important and making others feel important, you're in a really good vibration. Therefore, you will get good thoughts at that vibration. So that's what the thinking into results is all about, is about being able to see that everything is right here, right now. And if only we can notice rather than trying to get, to actually feel that it's already here and that we're actually giving. Although everybody's already got in the first place anyway, it doesn't really matter. But that's what this thinking into results is all about, is the appreciation, acknowledgement, and acceptance.
Yeah, there's really not much to say about it except for you triggered me with Bob Proctor used to talk about the rose. You can't force a rose to open up and bloom before it's ready. It'll die. The lotus flower. I mean, and you just think, okay, those are plants though, but we're the same way. I really do believe that everything is happening in divine order and that yes, we need action, but you can't force something that isn't in divine order for yourself and the soul's contract of where you're going. So, because there's the lessons to be learned. The journey is not about getting there, it's about enjoying it. And as I always say, we're always down here and we're trying to hike Mount Everest. You go up and you climb and learn. You kind of come down and chill out at base camp, but we're always growing. We're never going to be back at the floor. But once we make it to the top of Everest, then we're transcending to the other side. Then our duty is done. So what's the rush? Enjoy. Hike up hard and then sled down the bottom half for a little bit to base camp and chill for a while, sit around the campfire with your friends, talk about your growth and the lessons, but enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey and value you. You're the most valuable person is you. That's all we have. Have a great one.
Like and subscribe. See you later.